Meet carbon. She is the queen bee of the periodic table of chemical elements. She's the main character in your DNA, your breakfast, and that diamond ring. Most people think of her as a short-term environmental cycle involving rapid exchanges of carbon between the atmosphere, terrestrial vegetation, and the ocean. Plants take in carbon, animals eat plants, we breathe it out. And sure, that matters. But that short-term cycle, which is made up of all living organisms on Earth, or the biosphere, is only a pathetic social climber worth 0.002% of Earth's total carbon. The biosphere acts like she's the main character, but I'm sorry, she doesn't even go here. The real Regina George is the long-term rock reservoir, locked in the Earth's crust, which hoards 99.6% of the total carbon supply. While you're out here thinking you're fetch, carbon has been on that treadmill, creating limestone for millions of years where you can't reach her. She's at the VIP table of geological time, and to her, the living world is just an extra distraction. As carbon would say,
you can't sit with us until you've been pressurized and fossilized into the crust.
Between like 720 and 630 million years ago in the Neoproterozoic, carbon had a massive falling out with the climate. We're talking Snowball Earth. Ice sheets literally reached from the poles to the equator. Photosynthesis was like totally irrelevant. With photosynthetic microbes and algae shut down, carbon stopped being controlled by life. Instead, she was controlled predominantly by geology, mainly volcanoes. To get Earth out of this emo phase, CO2 had to build up to insane levels just to melt the global ice sheets. Huge amounts of carbon flooded the oceans and helped to form extensive deposits of limestone rock called cap carbonates. These are geological layers that are basically the equivalent of a messy breakup text found in the rock record today. So yeah, Snowball Earth melted. But did carbon chill out? Absolutely not. Welcome to the Cambrian period, 451 million years ago. Life exploded. Literally, the Cambrian Explosion. Animals evolved shells. Burial rates changed. Oceans flipped between oxygenated and low oxygen conditions. Carbon kept getting locked away, then released, then locked away again. It was messy. And then, just when carbon thought she'd seen it all, plants decided to move onto land in the Devonian. And that was a whole new level of drama. By the Paleozoic, more complex vascular plants showed up, like Katie Heron, and ruined everything for the greenhouse vibe. Plants evolved roots, and those roots broke up rocks. When rocks break down, they pull carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere. This process, called weathering, is Earth's natural thermostat. Earth was like, get in, loser, we're changing the climate. Less CO2 means less heat. Then plants evolved lignin, a super tough organic material. Early decomposers struggled to break it down efficiently. As a result, large amounts of carbon got buried underground. CO2 levels dropped, temperatures dropped. Earth slid into an icehouse climate. Plants weren't trying to control the planet, but carbon was watching them like,
why are you so obsessed with me?
Carbon isn't just a surface level girl. There's also a deep carbon cycle. When Earth's tectonic plates collide, rocks and the carbon inside them get dragged deep, deep underground. This process is called subduction. For a long time, scientists thought nothing lived all the way down there. Turns out, they were wrong. There's a massive deep biosphere underground storing billions of tons of carbon. That's more carbon than 50 times the weight of all humans living on Earth today. So, if you thought you were important in the carbon cycle, newsflash, you're not. Eventually, Earth releases carbon back through tectonic and volcanic activity. Now we're in the present. While ancient carbonate rocks in the deep biosphere remain stable, humans are taking carbon held within hydrocarbon-bearing rocks that took millions and millions of years to lock away and releasing it in about 100 years. Earth's carbon cycle is staring at us like,
so you agree? You think you're changing the climate?
Earth can remove this CO2, but those processes are slow, painfully slow. Even if humans stop today, Most extra CO2 would stay for thousands of years. Some would remain for over 100,000 years. Carbon does not forget. Carbon does not forgive. Carbon is the guest who's still here when the lights are off. Yes, Earth will rebalance eventually, but that will take tens to hundreds of thousands of years, which, in geological terms, is Earth saying,
"The limit does not exist. Want to avoid more drama? Reduce your carbon footprint."